What's going on, Pokemon Go trainers? Welcome to episode 388 of the Lured Up podcast, where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. Lured Up is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Tuesday, March 24th, 2026. This episode is streaming live on a bunch of platforms, including Twitch, YouTube, X, Facebook. I'm your host, Ken Pescator. That's Adam Tuttle. Adam, yo, what's happening?
Hey. Hey, Ken. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing just fine. I'm doing just great. How are you?
You look fine. You look gorgeous. You look fabulous today.
I appreciate that, man, because, that matters.
I'm just saying, you look good from one screen to the other screen.
Look,
You
dude,
look gorgeous.
so we're gonna talk about it today, but I'm tired, dude. I've been a person that can get very little sleep and be productive, and lately it's been a little bit tough, and we'll talk about it. But yeah, man, everything else is good. How's things with you? You look great. You're always looking great. You look like a young lad. How are you?
I'm all right. Feeling good. Things are going well. I can
Oh,
finally breathe a little bit. I'm
wow,
still tired, but I can breathe. I feel like I can breathe.
bro. Breathing is good.
That's
I've had some stuff personally going on in a very positive way as well that has allowed me to breathe, and it's a wonderful feeling, and it's really nice sometimes to feel like have caught a break in some way, shape, or form.
Mhm.
It's just like sometimes just like things don't work out, and when they do, it's like, wow, it feels absolutely great. Roax says Ken's extra glossy today. Oh yeah, I'm so glossy.
Those are just the 6 spotlights on his forehead.
Dude, the lights in here right now, man, it's like I'm telling you, bro, at the end of the show, I like the second we hit cut, I turn these lights off. It's like,
He's got to put suntan lotion.
I'm a little greasy right now. I'm a little greasy. I got too much moisturizer on or something like that. Sarah's constantly slopping me with like weird stuff. She's like, "Come on, let's do your skincare." It's like 84 layers of creams and ointments and fun stuff like that.
Well, this is the base layer. This keeps it nice and shiny.
Dude, I believe me, bro. It's crazy. It's just like I'm like, stop using your like fancy stuff on me. Like, give me some. I don't know, like some Kerry lotion and call it a day. She's using
Use some
like she's like
WD-40 and call it good.
this is like the world's rarest retinol. She's like dabbing. I'm like, will you stop? It's like it's ridiculous. But shout to everybody that's here in the chat early. We got a bunch of activity already. Stacy P and C Fran fighting for the first position. Pure Lighters here lurking while he does some PvP. Joe Devils. We got Roax on spring break. That's nice. Fisher J is
Roax
here.
on
Kate the
spring
Cons.
break.
Leo's here. Yo, we
Oh,
got peeps. Thank you so
Leo.
much for being here early and in the chat. We appreciate you. So we're going to dig into a topic today that most likely,
Is it a hot topic?
it is a little bit of a hot topic, but it probably
All right,
impacts
well, we
every
gotta get
single
out of
one
the
of us.
mall.
But I don't know. It's something we don't talk about a lot, and that's gaming addiction. I think that's something that we've definitely talked about over the years, but I don't know. It's just been kind of in the forefront of my mind lately because I'm going through some personal mental health struggles right now with stuff, and I think it ties into the game a little bit, and I want to talk about it. But with Pokemon Go being so intertwined with our lives, right? It's like, where do we draw the
Mhm.
line between the escapism that we have, that childhood youthful connection to video games, right? It's like, oh, when I play a video game, I can escape and I can be an adventurer, I could be whatever. And then you have as an adult, you have like the gaming addiction concern, but then on top of that, we have like how we've all said like, oh, well, Pokemon Go is different. It has like this therapeutic quality to it. And it's like, is that just a justification for our blatant addiction to the game? I think yes and no, because this game definitely has a cathartic therapeutic feel, but it could be a potential slippery slope where if left unchecked, I don't know, it could cause problems in other parts of life. So we'll talk about all that. And then after the break, we'll do a little gameplay recap, talk about the bug out, wrap up of the bug out this week. We also had the replay water research day this past weekend, and then this weekend we got Gmax Pikachu. Shockingly good time next week with a bunch of spotlight hours. April content update is upon us. So we're starting to get plenty of news for April as we roll into that month, but we'll get there towards the end of the show. But before we get into any of this heavy stuff, how's your week? How's it been? And like what's the scoop? What do you got going on personally? You said you're doing
What's
good.
the scoop?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no. So I'm officially like my own business.
This is so huge, dude. This is an
It is
incredible
like,
thing.
and I think I've stayed away from it for so long because I'm just like I'm afraid for it to be real. I'm afraid to like take that leap to trust myself. There's an interview that an artist that I listen to, Lights. She was it was I don't forget what they said, but they were asking her. They said, "What if you could go back in time? Like, what is the one piece of advice you'd give yourself?" And it was the just I would have trusted myself sooner.
I love it.
So if you think you have something and you can do it, I would just trust yourself and just go for it. What's the worst that could happen? You could fail, but then you learn from that failure. Um, and kind of like everywhere I've seen and everything I'm reading and listening to, it's like failure is just part of the process.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
it's like, just do it.
I agree with that a lot, man. And you just got to fail forward, right? Like that's the big
Yeah.
thing. It's like, failure is part of the process in my opinion, and I definitely think that, the lessons that come with failing are part of the growth. So it's pretty exciting, but yeah, so you're officially like a card dealer now. That's
hmm
that's really awesome. So just a little behind
Well,
the
it's like
scenes here.
whatnot is like is becoming like like I've just been consistent on it and I've seen so much growth on it. And it's like I'm not like bringing in boatloads. It's just like it's consistency. So it's like I'm seeing it consistently and it's becoming a thing. And it's worked out and then it's like I'm just I'm evolving and like learning new just different ways to talk to people, to like interact cuz like at first I was like I don't want to do any buying. I don't want to do any trading. It was just like here's my stuff, buy it. But like I also need stuff. So I'm figuring everything out. It's it's been a journey to say the least.
Oh, dude, that's super epic. I'm super proud of you, and I think that you're the right guy for the job. And I think when it comes to the cards, you know, you're very much the right person. I would want to buy
And
cards from you for sure at a show
I w-
because
I would want to buy cards for me too. Like honestly.
no, that's awesome,
uh
man. We're
and
super
and it's
proud of
just,
you.
there's so many people on, just I mean, just to this is more for special conditions, but it's one of those, there's so many people that are just like, "But come on, chat," and like freaking out and yelling at I'm just like, "Hey, I got a card. If you want it, cool. If
Oh,
not,
you're
let's
you're
just chat."
you're developing
It's
your own
very
style, man.
very it's very calm and relaxing. Like I don't I want you to enjoy your time. I want you to be able to like it's okay to put it on silent and just like God, but like when people are like verbally angry and you have PTSD from like them screaming at you
Yeah, no,
because the card I ran is a $200 card and it only went for $5. Like that's you ran it.
I
It's
no, the
like
over the top like theatrics and the performative nature of everything. And I understand you're on camera, you're performing, but when it's so kind of like contrived, it's like, dude, it's such a try hard move, and I could see right through it. So I disconnect at those points. But no, man, we're psyched for you, and I'm excited that you made the step. How long have we been
and,
pushing you to make these steps? Probably for a good 2 years. I would say a
yeah,
good 2 years.
well, I definitely at least a year. But we like the path forward only like I can just see it's going to do wonders for my mental, for my family, like the house dynamic cuz like I'll be home more. Um I'll have the ability to accept like cuz I've been invited to so many different shows and to like vend in different places and I've always had to decline. Like Sundays, no bueno, I work every Sunday.
Not
Uh,
anymore. Not anymore. Adam's available.
so
He'll be there $40 for a table. Let's go, baby.
yeah, so with that, it's like if I'm not doing that, like, and we're not doing something as a family, like we don't have anything planned, it's like that leads into opportunities to compete and like play more. Like there's just so many avenues that like like we can just like go off and do something. Like
Yeah.
it's just it's gonna be a great summer,
It's
and that's
flexibility, baby.
all that I know.
You got that
Yeah.
time. You don't have to give it to the man anymore. You give it to yourself. That's good.
Yeah, and
It's an
it's like
investment to yourself.
if I can take my phone stand with me and a deck box and do a on the fly show like in a hotel room, like I can do that.
Yeah,
And then I
that's
can just,
just paid for lunch,
you know, it
baby. sold sold some cards.
I sold a Pikachu.
Oh no,
I don't
that
know, but I'm also playing Pokemon Go, and like that's the thing too. It's like I'll have the ability to be able to like go for 2 hours, go play the event, come home. I'm still
will
home.
not miss
You know
half
what I
the
mean?
events
Like,
because you're working on the weekend. I think that's something that a lot of
yes.
people are faced with. But I guess we could kind of dig into today's big topic
But
and
we haven't talked about your life, Ken.
look,
How are
man.
things looking up for you?
So well, I'll tell you, and it's been pretty good. You know, like last month, about a month and a half ago now, my I got a big ass raise at work, massive promotion that I've kind of been building on for about a year, and it finally came through, which was an absolute game changer. Personally, I had some finally, if you're a longtime fan of the show, you know my life story. Got divorced 5.5 years ago, and I'm through with that alimony and all that kind of stuff now, which is a major life game changer for a single dad. You know what I mean? Like it's an incredible freedom to be able to reinvest in myself now and be able to be there for my family in ways I haven't been in the past 5.5 years. So that's all good. And Sarah's getting promoted this week. And it's just like everything is, it's
Congratulations.
like there's a bunch of stars that are just like aligning, and it's like, we're good people, we work hard, and it's like one of those things where we've been like, yo, we're due, man. We're so due for some good
Mhm.
vibes and some good things. And like when it finally happens, you're like, yo, this is real. This is real life. Like we could get the cashews at the supermarket. Like I don't have to pass by the cashews. I was like, I made it. Like I bought the cashews today. I was like, that's my barometer for making it. So great, so great. No, but that
I was looking at Dubai chocolates, and I was like, "Do I really need these? Like, we could just make these at work." So then I opted for the big giant bag of like matcha powder. I was like, "I'm gonna make myself a
I'm
nice
telling you,
matcha
no,
latte."
it comes down to it. A lot of like little things that you just have to, as a parent, as a partner,
Don't get me
like
wrong, I'm still getting the extra large black coffee from Cumbies because it's the cheapest bang for your buck, and I got it for like 2.5 days. Mm.
look, there's ways that we all celebrate what we do and have ways to take care of ourselves. And it's like little things that I'm clawing my way back, as a person. I'm clawing my way back to where I needed to be. So no,
Making
I'm
my
really
way
excited,
downtown.
bro. It's I'm telling you, bro. I'm singing the Jeffersons theme like constantly. I'm like moving on up. I'm like telling you, man. Total like, give me a praise. You tell me to praise the Lord, bro. I'll do a little praise break. I'll start dancing. I'm doing cartwheels like John Belushi down the aisle. I'm telling you. I'm not. I'm ready. I'm ready. But no, let's. We got a pretty heavy topic to talk about today, and I want to talk about gaming addiction, and I want to talk about how specifically Pokemon Go kind of leans into some of the things that are major triggers and ultimately symptoms of gaming addiction. Um, and I think the podcast community are typically on the more hardcore niche gamers. They're more dedicated players, typically, usually. And if there's any newbies here, we love you too. But it's the this community specifically is most likely weekly, if not daily players. And those daily players sometimes can be all day players, And what got me thinking about this topic was like, look, this is now 10 years, in a couple of months, we're going to be 10 years in. And I can't think of anything in my life that have done for 10 years straight, every day, all day, with the fervor and the dedication that I have to Pokemon Go. So the question I have to ask the chat and everyone listening is like, we're all addicted, right? Like we can, the first step is like admitting it, right? like
Yeah.
we all have the pinky dent, right? Like we all have the dent in our pinky. Like we all, you know what I mean? Look at it, look at that dent, bro. It's like you don't get that because you're not addicted to the game. Like we're all addicted. And I think, you know, addiction is a heavy duty thing. But I think, you know, when it comes to what you're talking about with video games, there is some serious implications. And so I did a little research, and the first thing I want to do is actually talk about like a definition before we kind of get ahead of ourselves, you know, and throwing around the word addiction. You know, this is heavy stuff. So I'm going to pull up a clevelandclinic.org paper, and there's so many papers written on this. But they define video game addiction is characterized by severely reduced control. Oh, my screen isn't shown here. Hold on a second. Let's fix this. There it is. It says video game addiction is characterized by severely reduced control over gaming habits, resulting in negative impacts on daily functioning, including personal, social, educational, and occupational responsibilities. So pretty much what they're saying is that if the game impacts other parts of your life in negative ways, that could be a symptom of gaming addiction. Now, when it comes to me and my personal habits, right, I'm, you know, wiping the cold out my eye, walking to the bathroom to use the, you know, in the morning. And, you know, by the second I sit down, I'm open
The
Pokemon
game's
Go.
open.
It's opening. You're like, I'm like, oh, I gotta make sure I don't have any leftover gifts. Like I'm already starting my routine. And that being said, to an extent, I'm okay with all this, right? Like it brings me joy, and I don't feel like I'm having negative impacts on other parts of my life as it talking about other people, right? It's not affecting my relationship with Sarah. It's not affecting the relationship with my son. It's not affecting work. It's not affecting anything like that. I'm not overspending to the point where I can't, you know, buy my family groceries or anything like that. So where does this come from my personal space? And that's kind of where I want to talk about. Now, I'm going to pull up another article here, and everything's going to be linked here so you guys can have some resources. But this next article I'm going to pull up is from 2019. This is a CNBC article, and it says it's titled "Video Games Need to Insulate Players from Addiction." CEO of Pokemon Go creator says. So now this was an interview that John Hankey did with CNBC back in the day. And it says video games must prioritize safety over profit to prevent gaming addiction. The CEO behind one of the world's most popular mobile games told CNBC. And just this line here, video games need to insulate players from addiction. Now, with Pokemon Go specifically, I think that the FOMO element is something that is probably one of the biggest symptoms of people being connected to this game and tied to this game in like a sense of like, you know, I need it. I got to get back to the game. If I can't, you know, finish what I need to do so I can get out there to play, I'm going to miss this Pokemon or I'm going to miss this release. And then I have to wait a year to get it. And I can't, everyone else is going to have it. FOMO plays a major role in this. And the game,
and I fell victim
like
to
that.
it. I was like, the bug out. I need that ticket real quick. I'm pretty good. I'm almost there. And I was like, I gotta get it.
You buy it not out of like, hey, I'm going to do this to like take care of myself or like enjoy myself. You're buying it because you felt like something was lacking, right? You had to buy it to catch up. Things like that kind of.
And then the ending thing was the Dottler, and I was like, wow, I just nope. I don't like evolving, so that was like a slap in the face. It was like, I gotcha.
I'm not evolving. I'll keep this thing unfinished for the rest of my days. But there's a real impact that this game has on our life and on our ability to kind of, I don't know, um, disconnect from it. I don't think this game does a good job of allowing us to disconnect, because part of what makes this game special to me is the fact that I know it's always there, right? I don't have to come home after a long day's work and set up, my gaming console or something and just get in front of the screen and get ready to play. It's like, no, it's there when I'm taking my morning pee pee, and it's there when I'm falling asleep. I'm sitting there dropping the phone on my face, like dozing off, like hitting myself in the face because I'm dropping the phone.
I think I'm very good about that. Like, I will plug it in, set my alarms, and I have it at the foot of the bed, and then I go to bed. I
Yeah.
don't typically I'll wake up. I just it's very hard. I try to like get up once my alarm goes off. I don't like snoozing and then going back to bed because then it's like you just feel worse after.
Yeah. Yeah. Ozark Renee
It's
in the chat
convincing yourself.
says 2.5 years here for me. We're talking about a fine line here between addiction and hobbyist. And I agree with you 100%. And I think that's where a lot of us fall in, like, hey, this is what I do for fun. This is what I do to unwind. And I do think there are some lines that get crossed sometimes that kind of push the boundaries of just being a hobbyist versus, like, I can't go a day without this. And that kind of gets me to my next little subtopic here, and that's what life was like before Pokemon Go. So for many of us that are day
Do
one
you remember
players,
that?
I mean, I do, but I don't remember what I was up to. You know what I mean? It's like there hasn't been a single day since July 16th, 2016 that I have not played this game and played this game at volume. You know what I mean? Like, it's been every day, day in, day out,
Yeah,
screen
and
time
then
all day long.
you tell me all the time, and you talk about it on the podcast all the time that, "Oh, hey, like, I have to sit here, I have to open my 20 gifts, I have to mega evolve 17 different Pokemon, I have to do this, that, and that." I'm like, I don't do all of that, and I feel like the game takes up a lot of my time, so I can only imagine how much time you're doing like, you're playing the game on a different level, but you're doing all those, like, I consider them not mandatory tasks,
Well, that's
but
like
you
the
consider them, like,
chores. They're
mandatory.
like
Yes, the
chores.
chores.
And it becomes like part of the daily routine of just like, no, this is,
So your
there's
routine is much longer than
right.
mine is.
But there's
Mine
like
is
some
like,
weird
open the
itch,
game, "Hey, there's a max battle, I can solo it, I'm gonna do it."
but I have like a weird itch in the back of my mind where it's like, no, I got to knock this stuff out. I got to do all this stuff. That's the only way I'll feel
See, I don't have that,
satisfied.
though. I don't have that.
And then I think about, like, well, what was I doing with all my time before this? And has Pokemon Go kind of
Connecting with your family.
yeah, yeah, traveling the world and no, but it's like
Well, no, you travel the world because of Pokemon
well, we
Go.
have a very unique situation here because we're in the
Yeah.
creator space, but most people don't have that. But um, I don't know. I think that when you think about it, and shout out and props to all our day one players. Oh, see, Fran and Chess is playing other games. Bro, you're definitely right. I was like an avid console gamer. I mean, I was like,
It is a
monitoring
struggle to
my
play
gamer
console
score every
games.
day. I'm telling you, I haven't played a console game in so long. I got
Like COVID times, I played tons of Minecraft because I had the time. You had the free like it'd be like we wake up, all 3 of us, we're all in the same world together, and we're all playing Minecraft, building out this huge area, and, like, when we all went back to work, we just forgot about it. We didn't have
yeah,
time.
yep.
Like, can you imagine how long it takes to find a dime? You gotta like,
So,
you gotta keep going and going, and, like, it's just so much time. Now if I do it, I fall asleep while I'm mining.
yeah, yeah,
I will
yeah.
literally just hold the button, and it just keeps going.
So, I have a fun exercise that everyone that's this is touching their ears, I can I recommend we do. And both iOS and Android have this feature. In iOS, it's in screen time. In Android, I believe it's called like wellness or something like that, where you can see how many times a day you wake your phone, how many times you pick up your phone. So I'm not
Ooh, yeah,
talking about like,
I don't like knowing that.
I
I
know,
will say
because
that I
like
don't like knowing that.
I don't want to talk about just general screen time because that could be clouded. You're watching a YouTube video, sometimes I'll put a podcast on and I just have my phone on the charger with the screen open. I'm listening to a podcast for an hour. It's like, oh, there's an hour of screen time. I'm not staring at the screen, but the screen is on. But the pickups, that is a great metric to say, like, how many times am I referencing the need to like look? And so I go in, I went into screen time today, and I'm gonna pull it up on video here really quick for everybody to see because it ain't pretty. It is not pretty. Hold on, where is it? I lost my screen time. Where's my screen time? I don't know where it is in the settings now. Of course I can't find it. So if I look today, here's my number. Here's my number. I'm going to pull up the phone right now.
Wait, where'd you go to find it?
So you go into screen time. So if you're on iOS, you're going to go settings, general, screen time. Then you're going to click into app activity. And when you're in app activity, I'm going to pull the phone up here. I picked up my phone 129 times today, like to open up my phone fresh from it being off. 129 times. I mean, my daily average screen time right now is over 10 hours. That's crazy. That's crazy, right? Phone is on a lot. If I'm driving, it's on the mount. Pokemon Go is open, whatever. It's worth taking a look at. So when I see numbers like that, it's like, all right, well, Stacy in the chat says a great thing. Like, how would you feel if you couldn't sign into the game for 24 hours? Now, Stacy recently had an issue with her account where there was a weird login bug. She couldn't get in. It was right before a Go tour in LA. It's a big deal. Even if it was like a normal Wednesday or something like that, I would lose it. Ozark Renee says, "Oh, I was 37 times picked up." Yeah, I'm 130. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know where I check it out.
So
I'm kind of lost.
So I just, I don't know, man. I think that there's a level of understanding of how connected we are to this game, and just, if I couldn't get into this game for 24 hours, I mean, if I walk my dog and I leave the phone at home, I'm like in a state of panic. I'm looking at my every pocket. I'm like touching my socks. Did I put my phone in my sock? Where could it possibly be? And that's just like walking the dog. There was a time about 2 or 3 years ago that my someone did like a mass reporting of my name, an internet troll tried to take my account out by reporting me to Niantic, and they took my account out, and my name got changed. They said my name was offensive. So I go to log in one day and I can't log in, and then when I see my username, it's like a bunch of numbers, and I get in touch with Niantic support, and they're like, "Yeah, your automated system reported you and took you out." Like it was a bad thing. Like,
that.
I couldn't get in, and that I was down for about 6 hours, and I lost it. I was like, those 6 hours were tough. Now, if that was a full day, I mean, I don't know how I'd feel. I really don't know how I'd feel, and I urge every person here to like think about that. Like, if you couldn't play the game for a full day, how dramatic of an impact would that have for you? Like, would that really throw your day off? And I think that's kind of a good barometer of like, how reliant we are on playing the game as part of our daily process, because it's so interwoven to our life. And that brings up the next topic I want to talk about is we make plenty of jokes over the years. We're always saying things like, oh, this game is like therapy. It's like, this is my therapy. It's like therapeutic. Any problems I have, when I play the game, they all melt away, and
Well,
I'm
it calms the anxiety. It calms the noise around you. If you're in an unknown place, the game is familiar. It's carrying that familiarity with you. And so my anxiety is reduced because even though I'm in a new area, there's a ton of people surrounding me. I can focus on the game. I can know, like, okay, I haven't been this way or I've been that way. Use it as a map to and
yeah.
from your location where you need to go. Just don't spin any unnecessary stops and just follow the ones that are not haloed and you're back to where you started. It's kind of like a cool little treasure hunt.
Yeah, no.
But then once you find the area that has all the other Pokemon Go players, then everybody's welcoming and everything's awesome again.
And I do want to make sure that there's a hard distinction here is, when we talk about being addicted to Pokemon Go, obviously we're not trying to downplay major health addictions and other things like
Yes.
that. But there's enough going on with how reliant we are on this game, whether that's part of our process or the FOMO, where I think that the 24-hour lockout, like, I couldn't do it. Like, it's like, well, how much would it take? How much I got to pay you to like not play the game for a day? Like, that's a tough one, man. Like, no, I can't, because I'm so connected. I guess maybe I should replace the
What
word
if
connected
what
with
if you did the
addicted.
prestige what if the prestige thing happened, but you had to go, like, a week in between? Like, the game had to, like, quote, unquote, you had to, like, go on a vacation or a trip back to Kanto, quote, unquote,
Yeah, yeah. So Fisher
and
J
you
in the
have that
chat
a week of nothing.
says, For me, this game is an escape from the chaos that is every day. Sometimes I need 5 minutes, sometimes I need 2 hours, but I always make sure my wife, my daughter, and my work always come first. So that's called planting your feet on a slippery slope, right? Like, because this game can get away from you, it can override you. I mean, there's been plenty of times where it's like, you know, you get that, oh, just like if you're playing a video game, like, oh, just one more try, one more game. Oh, the boss beat you. One more try, one more try. There's plenty of times where I do that, where I'm like, yo, I got to get out of here at 3 o'clock. And then it's like 2:58. And I'm like, all right, one more raid, one more raid. And,
Mhm, and then
that,
7 minutes later,
yeah, right.
it's 10 past, and
And
you're
that's
like,
when it
"Uh-oh,
starts impacting things around you. And that's
family."
where,
Yep.
right. And that's where it becomes this slippery slope. But we make the jokes of like, yeah, this game is therapeutic. And I absolutely am a huge firm believer in that. Like, there's not much better for me than like going on a solo walk in the woods or with the dog and playing the game and really disconnecting. And then that's that balance between escapism. We're doing this to escape reality, and I'm doing this to make myself feel good. This is kind of a part of self-care. And the other day I'm talking with Sarah, and it was something to the effect of like, I was feeling down because I hadn't had time to play the game the way I wanted to. Now, granted, I'm at work, I'm driving, whatever. The game's always on. So it's like, not like I'm not connected to the game, but I didn't have that dedicated game time to like go out and play and catch. And I was feeling down about it. I'm like, oh man, I really want to get out there just to go for a nice long walk. And this is part of my process. And she goes, well, is this kind of like a self care for you? And I'm like, yeah, but does that feel weird that I'm saying that this could be kind of self care when this is also a slippery slope where I'm, you know, uh, it's like, how do I manage this to make sure, like Fisher J was saying, that everything else is still, taken care of and handled. And then it can come down to like, this is part of my time. This is part of my me time. And
That's like me with organizing cards, but it takes time to do that. You can't just
yeah.
do it and it
And
be fast.
huge shout out to everybody in the chat sharing stories right now. This is it's pretty awesome to kind of see some people open up. Casa de Cubone says, I'm a recovering alcoholic. I totally used the game as a focus to remove myself from drinking habits. It's a total substitute now, but much healthier. So again, like, that's as good as it gets. right? It's like, oh my gosh, I'm outside, I'm exercising, I'm socializing, I'm having fun. I'm
Yeah.
like, all those things are great. But
And the game's done wonderful things, like, brought Raber and I together, so, like,
sure,
now I would
dude,
consider him one of my great friends, like,
my best friends
like
in life are because of this game now. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And the here's where it's personally interact or impacting me, and this is kind of like this is what I'm dealing with right now. So I mean, I'm up late every day. I'm up at 5:45 every day. That's just my wake up time. I start making breakfast for my son at 6 o'clock, packing lunch. He's out the door by 6:45. So I got to get an early start every day, and I'm fine with that. It doesn't bother me to get up early. And I've always been a stay up late guy. My entire childhood, I would stay up late, watch David Letterman. It was never a problem.
Darkwing Duck for
Still,
me.
I'm still up, and all good and all that. And then as I started creating content, making podcasts, editing, all this stuff, you're up late, and maybe I get to bed around midnight, and it's like, all right, dude, I could still get 6 hours. That's like a full night's sleep for me, from my type of person. Uh, but lately, I'm struggling heavy duty with this right now. I have this significant bedtime avoidance thing going on. And I've never really dealt with this before, because it's usually like I would just go to bed when my body like gives up and it's like I'm passing out. But now I do this thing where it's like, okay, I worked for 9 hours, 10 hours today. I was up for an hour and a half before that, doing dad stuff. I got home from work. I'm making dinner for everybody. I'm cleaning the house, doing my chores, running to the store, doing all that stuff. Then I got a podcast for a couple hours. Then I got to edit for a couple hours. And when it's all said and done, it could be 12:30 a.m. And then at 12:30 a.m., I'm like drop dead exhausted. But I refuse to let myself go in the bedroom. Sarah's been knocked out for 4 hours. You know what I mean? It's like I just refuse to go in the bedroom, because I know if I do that, it's like a save point. I'm going to, walk in the room, and I'm going to walk out, and it's 6 a.m. And it's like, where did my time go? So I have this
Yep.
thing where it's like right now I'm using the game as this vessel to reclaim my time, but it's becoming a detriment to myself. It's not impacting my family or work or anything like that, my responsibilities, but I'm straight sacrificing sleep. And it's not even to have great gameplay enjoyment, because I'm not outside playing with friends. I'm not exercising. I'm not under, I'm still, under a roof. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not outside. Debbie Devil says revenge bedtime procrastination. That's exactly what it is. Talk to my doctor about it.
Yeah, it's kinda
Um,
like you have to tell yourself, like, future you will be happy that you went to bed, but right now you is like, "Nah, bro, I need this time."
so and it's getting pretty bad, like noticeable, to where it's not just me like resisting. So last night, this is the example. So last night it was a late one. We had our Zoom call. After the Zoom, I did Gotta Watch 'Em All with Lane. I was like, you know what? I'm going to knock out this edit tonight. I was like, I'm just going to knock it out. So I stayed up till 1 a.m. doing the edit, right? And I got to be up at 6. I'm like, all right, I can still get 5 hours. And I, sneak my way into the bedroom, try not to wake Sarah up. And, kind of animals are rustling. She wakes up. She's got to use the bathroom. So she wakes up, uses the bathroom, comes back in. And she's like, come on, lay down. It's late, you moron. Like, go to bed. And I'm like, all right, I'm coming to bed. I just got to use the bathroom. And then I go to the bathroom, and I refuse to leave the bathroom for 30 minutes.
I was gonna
Doom
say you're in there for a
scrolling.
half hour.
Like,
Yep.
and I'm just like, I'm doing it again. I was just fighting it on the couch, refusing to go to bed for 2 hours. Now I was like, I was in the bedroom, and now I'm in the bathroom. I should have just peed and went to bed. And here I am 30 minutes later. And it's like, I can't get out of the bathroom. I'm just fighting that sleep. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. And I don't know, man. I don't know what to do. I mean, talk to my therapist and doctor about it, but it's like a heavy duty thing. And that's what got me thinking of this addiction stuff, because it's like, I'm not enjoying my gameplay at 1:30 a.m. as I'm just like naming things or sending gifts or
Yeah, I was gonna say,
like
it's like you log into the game, you, like, circle the map, you spin it around, you're like, "Oh, okay, no spawns have spawned," you
yeah,
know, it's like
there's
I've
nothing.
got, like, the 2 things,
It's
and
not
I can't
good.
do anything
It's
else.
not good game time. It's just me
But let me see
using
if
it
there's
as an
anything in the recent
yeah,
caught,
yeah, there's
oh,
not.
nothing.
There's not. There's just no it's
Let me
like
see if there's any new research tasks.
my house
There's
has
not.
no spawns, and it's like, I'll even like, "Oh, man, we put an incense on." It's like, "This is horrible. 1 spawn every 5 minutes." But, I don't know, man. I think that we should all take a look at it, and I think we should all monitor it, especially if we have kids, and if you have, like, young, impressionable kids, you know, um my son has seen me on my device a lot over the years, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yep,
he's a digital
that's
kid,
literally
he's 17 now. We got him a phone when he was 7, right? Because he's a tech kid, he was making videos and doing all this stuff. But he's seen me on the screen a lot, like a lot, a lot. And it's a hard habit to break in general. But it just always seems to be coming back to the game for me. Like it's always comes back to Pokemon Go being on, or it's
I
always
will
on.
say what helps is, like, board games and things you can do that, like, require your hands. So, like, cooking with Josh
Yeah, yeah. No.
be ideal.
Well, it's like we're working on cars now. Like he's big car guy now, so it's like we got Sarah's old hoopty. That was her 2003 Chevy Cavalier. She gave it to him, so he's like fixing it up over time. So like it's great. We're able to get out there and wrench on the car and replace the battery.
That's really cool.
Do like light maintenance stuff, and he's going to school in the fall to be a mechanic and works in an auto parts store right now. Is a true car guy, and I'm a car guy too. I mean, I got Volkswagen tattoos on my arm. It's like I'm a car guy. But yeah, it really made me stop and think. And then I'm looking at my screen time, and I'm looking at my pickups, and I'm like, oh my god, I picked up this phone 130 times today for what? Just to put it back
Yeah,
down?
mine was 48. And
It's
again, mine
like, I'm bad,
like,
dude.
one was for whatnot. I can't explain the rest.
Yeah, well, and
I guess
it's
Pokemon Go the 2 or 3 times I left the house, so I can
see,
explain probably 8 of them.
I mean, it's like I check my emails constantly, I check my text messages constantly, so it's a lot of that too. Um, but I don't know. I just think that uh, finding ways to use the game, and like what I'm doing is I'm using it to like go out to new restaurants or visit a new city or a new town or explore. So it's like, how am I justifying and rationalizing, how I'm spending 10 hours a day on my screen and picking up my phone 130 times a day. It's like, well, at least I'm out there exploring and I'm involving my loved ones, involving my family. We're traveling and things like that. Uh, but I think that it's a worthy topic, and I think that it's important to reflect on it sometimes and figuring out how you can use this game to positively impact your mental health without crossing that line to where it starts to negatively impact your mental health. And I'm a World of Warcraft player. You know what I mean? Like I grew up playing World of Warcraft, and those games have very similar qualities to them. And we're not even talking about the gambling of RNG. It's like these are like words that shouldn't be said. It's like Voldemort, right? But like the RNG element, the FOMO element, the loot box kind of conversation. I mean, there's articles here that I could pull up where Niantic has been had plenty of class action lawsuits thrown their way. I remember many years ago after GoFest 2017, the first GoFest that was like a real bust. We had Jono Plays on, right? And he was just like, yeah, I'm the one
Yeah.
who started the class action lawsuit. He's like, there was like, a multi-million-dollar payout where like, it was just like because the event was bad or something like that. Like Pokemon Go is probably one of the most scientifically researched games because of how it intertwines with their users' lives, and because it's mobile. So it's definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting to think about, and I recommend everyone takes a look at it. And if you're in a situation where you think that the game is negatively impacting your relationships or your work or anything in your life, like, we should take a long, hard look at that, because this is just a game. And when you cross the line, like what Renee was saying before in the chat, when it goes from being like, hey, I'm an avid hobbyist and this is how I enjoy spending my time, there's nothing wrong with that. But when it's like, you can't say, oh, I'm an avid hobbyist, and you know what, I'm gonna not go to work today so I can continue my hobby. It's like, no, it might be something a little bit different. But um I don't know. It's a heavy topic. Let us know what you think. Email us, luredup@pokemonprofessor.com. I'd love to hear what everybody thinks. I think we all kind of know it on the inside that, we're really, really connected to this game. And 24 hours no game would be pretty tough for all of us. I mean,
Hmm.
if someone said like, 24 hours no anything else, I'd be like, all right. It's 24 hours no Pokemon Go. Whew. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could handle it. Don't know. Don't know. But anyway, all right. So great conversation. Let us know what you think. I think we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about a little gameplay. We'll talk about the bug out. We'll talk about Water Research Day. We'll be back right after this. Hey, chat. How are you? Sorry we got a little heavy there. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of our show. Appreciate y'all. Adam, I am so tired. I'm ready to get back into this right now.
I am as well.
Sarah was like, "You better go to sleep the second you're done recording." And she's so cute. She's always just like, "Adam will understand. Just tell him you're tired and you don't want to record." I go, "You don't understand the domino effect that'll happen if I I can't do that." I go, "My head has to be falling off," which it has, but. Stacy P says, we are married 1 year and 2 days. Yo, happy first anniversary. Whoop, whoop. You guys look damn good in those wedding pictures too, by the way, Stacy. Saw those. Look damn good. All right. You ready to get back into this?
If only if you're ready.
Dude, I'm so ready.
All right, let's be like Mom Spaghetti.
All right. And we
are
back from our break.
We're
Thank
back
you so much for that. We
from the
appreciate it
break.
very much. Had a great conversation up
Ken,
top.
thanks.
We hydrated, so we didn't dehydrate. That was good.
I'm actually dehydrating with my coffee. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sometimes, dude, I can't drink coffee at night
gotta
anymore, man.
dehydrate.
I drink coffee at
I
night. I want to go
know.
to bed. All right, so a little housekeeping to get through. Everything you hear on the Pokemon Professor Network is powered by the community. You can join our community of supporters on Patreon at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor for as little as $1 a month. You can head over to patreon.com/Pokemon Professor and support a collective of hardworking part-time creators that have a passion for Pokemon podcasting and the communities they share. Here at the Pokemon Professor Network, I want to take a moment to recognize some of our patrons, our gym leaders, Maddie G, SB and Willow, KJ DeMan, Herbert Brandy, PJ, Fisher J, and James. Roax is back in the patron. Thank you so much, Roax, for coming back. We appreciate you. Special thanks to our executive producers, Xander, as well as the other EPs on the network, Monkey Bread, Tish Smith, and Kate the Cons, gang. Also, thanks to Boris, our patron Giovanni tier. We really appreciate that. And a massive, massive thank you to Renee, who joined as our first Elite Four member of the Elite Four on Patreon. Thank you so much, Renee. We appreciate your support greatly. So just make sure you check out PokemonProfessor.com for all the links where you can connect with us and all the other shows in the network, PokemonProfessor.com. All right, with that out of the way, holy guacamole. let's talk about the game. We did play this game a bit last week, and we had the bug out.
Oh, wait, we're talking about Pokemon Go now?
I know, right? We actually got to talk about the game and not like the.
I've been bugging out this whole time waiting to talk about it,
So I'm gonna assume the worst for you, but no shiny Sizzlepede because I didn't get one.
No shiny Sizzlepede.
Dude, such like absolutely cannot get my hands on one of these. Just I'm gonna have to wait it out next time. But the blip bugs were pretty good. I like that they were in tier 1 raids. That was pretty much how I got every single one of them. So it was definitely like a let me pull over and knock this raid out really quick, or there's a tier 1, let me walk over
One just
there.
happened to show up at my work, and I was like, "All right, I
Perfect.
can't wait."
It's the
But yep,
it's the perfect use of a free pass when they have a new Pokemon released in tier 1s. It's like money. This is perfect. I love it. Um, Adam in the chat says, "Thank you for staying up late. I use your vids as a therapy session." Hey, thanks so much. We appreciate it. Hope you feel better. Deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. But yeah, Blipbug was really cool to see. I like the split lure action, which was kind of cool. Having a Pokestop at my job was awesome because I was able to lure it every 2 days of the event and get kind of a different output. Still trying to get that Sizzlepede, did not succeed at all.
mhm.
How are you feeling now that we're kind of a bunch of events into having event specific $5 go passes? Is that kind of
It's super annoying. Like, I've already I'm already it's just too much. Like, there's just too much. It's like one track is all I need.
so?
Like, I get it. If I pay for something, I get the other side. But then there's like when there's another one that's timed for, 5 days versus this one that's the whole month. And then April comes around and then it's like, "Oh, hey, here's another one." And it's like there's just so many
So it's
and it's
not even
just
the
so annoying.
it's not even the cost that's kind of weighing you. It's the
No, it's just the frequency and
overwhelming
how much. Yeah,
amount
it's
of
overwhelmed,
tasks.
it's overwhelmed. That's exactly what it is,
Interesting.
and the only reason I bought it is because I had completed the other half, so it made purchasing it, like, a non-issue because
Yeah.
it was going away anyways.
Yep. Yep.
And I hate that. I hate that's where it has to be. That's where it has to lie for me to, like, spend the money to do it, as long as it can go away very quick.
Yeah. See, it's weird. Like for me, I'm the opposite. I like
But then
that
it's stressful.
anxiety. I like that
Then it's
stress.
stressful and then it's stressful because you have all these Pokemon to catch, and it's like, "Do you wanna catch this Pokemon? Do you wanna catch this Pokemon?" And it's like, sometimes I don't have time to just continually do all these research catches, like, it's
That's a skill issue, man.
it's I understand, I understand. I knew you'd say that, that's why I
I
didn't really
no, I
wanna bring it up,
I
but, I had
thoroughly
to.
enjoy the stress. I love having a big old today view. I love being able to scroll down and there's
Oh, you
collection
do like a
shells.
big old Today view,
I
don't
do.
you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. But no, I like to be able to have a bunch of things that I'm working on concurrently. Like I like to stack the things on top of each other and then keep going with it. That's my motivator. That's kind of what sets me off to want to play and get through is getting through this. I do think that the post reward Stardust tracks of all these go passes is super lame. Like, yeah, they put Shedinja at the bottom and it was great. At least you get an encounter at the end, but it's pretty much anticlimactic as soon as you hit the Stardust. As soon as you hit the Stardust, it's gone. Like, there's nothing to it. You're just, let me clear this notification. That's pretty much where the go passes end up for me at the end. I'm just like, oh, there's a notification. I have 4 additional, packs of Stardust I can cash in, like just get this notification dot out of here. It's driving me nuts. But I'm enjoying the go passes. If we're spending $5 on a ticket anyway, or $5 for a go pass, give me the go pass. I feel it's more engaging and, you know, I definitely dig it. We also had the first replay water research day, which was the first time we had like this kind of conglomerate repeat event of past research day Pokemon Phoebus, Clamperl, Lotad. I did like how they did this with kind of 3 separate timed research paths, which was pretty cool. $1.99 ticket. Again, this is not this is a timed research for $1.99. It's not an event ticket. And I think that's where a lot of people get confused when you're like, hey, if they said in their Memories in Motion blog that they're moving away from event tickets to go passes, but then I'm still seeing these $1.99 things. It's because they're just timed researches. They're not touting it or billing it as an event ticket. That's why these things still exist in addition to the go passes. But this one was cool. They had all the research reset at the start of the event. So sometimes, like on a community day, if I get to town early, it's like I got to turn my Go Plus off to spin stops, because I don't want to spin a stop and then not be able to access the community day special research at once 2:00 comes around. So what they
Yeah.
did here to address that was, even if you had spun a stop before 2:00, picked up the research, once 2:00 came around, those things kind of refreshed, and you were able to get the event research out of that stop, which is really, really cool. I like research days, but I played an hour and I was pretty done. I got a couple shinies from the timed researches, a couple from regular field research, and I've had all these shinies before, but it was still exciting to get them as part of the event. But how do you feel about community day classics now, research day replays? Like, is this a poor use of content, or is this good, not just for like new trainers, but like, you got to think of the longer players that have been playing longer. Like, they've done all this before. Is that trade-off worth it for the newer trainers? Like, they don't have this stuff. Phoebus was like a chase for people. I'm like, Phoebus? Really? They're like, hell yeah,
There will
I want some
always
shiny
be that,
Phoebus.
but it's not exciting for the hardcore. I mean, I guess if you don't have that Pokemon yet, but
Because this is all just a shiny hunt, right? Like, that's
mhm.
so the
Mhm.
experience for the new trainer and the experienced trainer, like, you're still just chasing the same shiny. So I think the the effect of like, oh, this is an event, gets lost on the veteran trainer. They're just like, look, these are just shiny checks. Like, give me a boosted rate shiny check and let's call it a day. But I don't know. I have a feeling we'll start seeing these maybe once a quarter or something, where they just start rehashing previous research day stuff. I don't mind. They're going to have to do that down the road with all the events people are going to be missing on Saturdays. If you can't work on a Saturday and you're missing a community day or missing a research or raid day, this stuff's going to have to come back around at some point.
Mhm.
Maybe more frequently than it previously has. This weekend we also have Gmax Pikachu coming this weekend. Are you able to play it all? It's Saturday from 2 to 5. Are you working, or no?
I'll probably be able to get 1 or 2 of them.
Okay. Uh, it's weak to ground.
I'm
Bring
not
bring
working, but
Excadrill. Just bring Excadrill. I'll be bringing Blissey, but
an extra drill. I
an
guess I
Excadrill.
could bring an extra
Bring
drill.
an extra drill. Uh, I love Gmax days. These are so great for community meetups. This is typically when the masses will come out, get their 5 free max battles in, or whatever they could do for the day. Actually, no, though, it ups it to 1,600. So if you go in with 1,600 max particles and then pick up an additional 1,600 on the day, it's like you get 4 in or something like that. You buy the ticket for $5, you're doing another you know another 8 of them or something like that. So you can get probably about an hour's worth of free to play gameplay, and a full 2.5 3 hours if you stretch it out on a $5 gameplay. But Gmax Pikachu, just use Excadrill. That's all I'm saying. And
But
then
if
we
you
have
wanted to be the tank, what
Oh,
would
I'm
you
bringing
take?
Blissey, bro. I'll bring Blissey and 2 very, very low CP Caterpies, because that Blissey is making it the whole battle. So that's just how I roll. Next week, shockingly good time is coming, where again more Pikachu, but this has the daily spotlight hours. So I'll put a link in the description to our Google Calendar. I have everything mapped out for the for that each of the spotlight hours of what's going to be coming. But we have, I know we got some good Pokemon in there, so just check out the link in the description to our Google Calendar so you can play with that. But shockingly good time is going to be pretty cool. I do think this is a cool event. Plenty of field research. There is a Go Pass for the event, with the Go Pass Deluxe, of course. And I just think this is going to be a good one. This is the one thing we didn't talk about. This is a vanilla week. We have no week-long event. And I was
Which I'm
thinking,
super thankful for. We need stuff like this. I
well,
like it when we can kind of shut off from like hyper focusing and you get genuinely surprised by the spawns because oh hey, there's an evolution Pokemon. Like I saw an Ursaring last night. Like that was exciting.
yeah. And
I know it wasn't, but like then seeing like, it was 2100 CP, something like that. And, it could be shiny, right? Like
no, I saw
that's
a
the chase now.
Loudred, and I was like, "Oh, that's so cool!" Just like seeing random stuff. But um, it's I don't know. I think that with the game trying to put a focus on like biome spawns, you kind of need a no event week to give people the chance to actually catch the native spawns of the areas that they're in. Because when there's an event running, you're getting event spawns, you're getting weather boosted spawns. It might be harder to identify and find the actual biome based spawns. So not having any event for a week, the spawns that you're seeing, that's going to be the stuff that lives in that area. So you can kind of get an understanding of what's there if there's no event going on. So that's pretty cool. We're going to talk about this really quick. Not going to spend much time on this, but the April content update did come out on the Twitter, and you see Kyogre and Groudon. Dynamax Regirock is the new announcement for April. But we've got all the details. Regidrago, Kyogre, Groudon, Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele in 5 stars. In Mega Raids, we got Manectric, Aerodactyl, Alakazam, Sharpedo, and Banette. So some returning faves there. Shadow Latios is running through May 5th. And then the events as we know them here, and this looks super dry and super thin because if you remember in March, we had a similar thing. And then first week of March, we got like the deluge of additional information. So I'm sure they'll roll out a bunch more info for all these events. But Shadow Latios, Dynamax Regirock, it's kind of what we're looking at here. We do have some new info. Sustainability Week has been announced with a costume Galarian Corsola, which is kind of neat. And Silicobra line is coming, which is cool. So new Pokemon, new costumes, bunch of stuff happening in April. We got plenty of time on it, so we'll get there. But Adam, I think that's it, man. I don't want to go too long. I think, we got plenty of time to talk about these events. Let us know how you do for Gmax Pikachu. It's a good shiny. Gmax shinies are always a solid chase. I'll be going after it pretty heavy. But
I mean, you really only need one to say that, because we just had D-Max Pikachu, so it's like.
Oh yeah, Joe in the chat saying Silicobra in desert biome only. A lot of people asking, what do you mean by desert? Is it sand? Is it like the open street map sand category? Because then will Silicobra spawn on beaches or in a lake that has sand, and the map is tagged as sand? We'll have to see. But that's a show, guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate everyone that's here in the chat. Really appreciate everybody here in the chat kind of sharing stories and their own experiences. Really do appreciate it. And it means a lot to have all this kind of stuff shared in an open forum. We appreciate it. And we don't take it for granted that you're sharing it with us. We appreciate you. But check out luredup.com for everywhere you can connect with us. PokemonProfessor.com for everything that's going on in the network. Adam, that a show?
That's a show, Ken. Signing off.
Keep training, trainers. Thank
you
so much.
Wonderful night. Week. Enjoy the vanilla spawns.
Yeah, we'll see you next week. Keep training, trainers. Later.